We'll find out for the ZVP on Cloud Kingdom.
I shouldn't call Ukrainians Russians. They take offense to that. Sorry, Ukraine.
It's okay. It's like Canadians.
They're practically Americans.
Well, they're North Americans.
All right, TT1 versus QXC, the holder of... You guys can't see it because you're looking at the game right now, but I just held up my fist.
We just held up our fists.
The holder of the Gauntlet is QXC. He is the blue Terran player spawning in the top right-hand corner of Cloud Kingdom. And his opponent, Root TT1. The red Protoss down in the bottom left-hand corner of said... Ooh, that was really fancy. Do that again. Root TT1.
Only once, Ben.
Oh, damn it.
Only once.
It's not like an on-command thing?
No.
If I'd have known you were going to do that, I would have made it more build-up.
Okay, try it again.
All right. Spawning down, the challenger to complexity is QXC, spawning down in the bottom left-hand corner of Cloud Kingdom. The red Protoss player representing Team Root. It is the Canadian. It is, his name is Pyam. It is TT1.
That was good. Good job. I liked what you did there.
I'm glad that you approve. Gateway going down, so no Nexus first from TT1. That is noteworthy.
And QXC probably doesn't like this map. You know, Cloud Kingdom is one of these maps that the Squirtle build is incredibly hard to stop. And the main reason is because it's a little tiny choke. If ever Stalkers and Colossus get up into this area, which is very easy, actually, you can go via this route. Well, you're having a really tough time defending that. Those Colossus are able to just shred every single Marine Marauder in that area.
I can sum up that entire thought in one word.
Go.
Force field.
No. Force field helps you.
I know.
No, helps the Terran. You don't want to force field in that position.
No, man, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Because you, like, no, they can't repair the bunkers, and then you trap stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like,
you're right.
Force field.
You're right. Actually, just swallowed up my words. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Look at how cheeky TT1 is, by the way.
Cheeky monkey. Man or pylon. You don't see this ever in StarCraft 2, but he has managed to trap 2 SCVs for a long time.
This is super worth it, by the way, because these SCVs, just to let you guys know, it's 40 minerals per minute that they actually mine if they're below actually 16 SCVs on a mineral patch. So for them to be offline for this long, it's actually really,
he hasn't
really
even put them back to work.
Ugh.
They're still sitting idle. QXC, this is a huge mistake. This is like 1/8 of your income. Finally, they go back to work.
It's unfortunate, but QXC out of all of this is going for a fast expansion. And, of course, we know TT1 to do the same. Now, it's very interesting. TT1, look at this. He's actually committing only 2 to gas. He had a ton of probes on the mineral patch. A lot of people have been adopting the style where you go 16 probes and 3 probes on gas, and then you get your expansion right away. He's actually going over that. What that means is he has a huge surgence of minerals about 2-3 minutes into it, and he'll be able to actually use that for potentially some sort of gateway pressure. I've seen 3-gate be very successful, even 4-gate be very successful in that manner.
At the moment, he only has that 1 gate, though, Andre, and he is working on warp gates.
Yep.
So,
nothing crazy coming out of either of these players.
I was hanging out once with TT1 in Dallas, and I was like, TT1, so I hear you do parkour. And he looks over at me, and then he runs up a wall and does a backflip.
Really?
Yeah.
He did that to me, too.
And he didn't even say anything. He just looked at me and gave me like the QXC stare. And anybody that's ever met QXC knows the QXC stare. It's terrifying. He just looked at me and ran up the wall and did a backflip.
That's fantastic.
It was fantastic.
He's actually one of the coolest people in the world.
He's an awesome guy.
Definitely ask him to do parkour, because I wish I could do parkour like him. He also does jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
I would actually love to fight him.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He's a really strong guy. I also saw him arm
really
wrestle
strong.
somebody that's like as big as In Control and crushed them.
Yeah, I'm actually deathly afraid to ever fight him, because he's like my same weight, actually our same weight.
Combined?
Combined. But he's as tall as
But it's all
us.
muscle?
It's all muscle, too. So it's like actually the most frightening thing. Look at how cheeky TT1 is being yet again.
Whoa!
This is like the most abusive style you could possibly do. Obviously getting a super fast third base. He's actually looking to play this into the the mid-game, end-game, but he's actually banking on his opponent not scouting this for quite a long time. There is a timing where he can actually hit, which is right now if he sends all of his Marines, where TT1 cannot defend this accurately. Like, he'll lose a lot of sentries, he'll lose a lot of units that control space very well. And when that happens, your medevacs pop out, and boom, you can do so much damage with those as well.
That said, Andre, if he's going to do something like that, he better get moving soon. It looks like TT1 might be misreading this a little bit, even throwing up a third bunker and continuing to play very, very passively. He's got nothing out on the map that could spot this very aggressive third base. And, of course, he has no idea even that TT1's taking his natural. He has no clue what he's up against. So we could be seeing a little bit of metagame here from TT1.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It takes a couple of minutes to really materialize off of your Nexus, and that's why it's so intelligently placed. At around 7 minutes, you put that down. I think a little bit before that, but now, you know, you have a lot of time to actually make money from this, get enough units, and what he's going to do is just splurge in a ton of gateways. And the trick is to actually have Chrono Boost saved up so you can Chrono Boost anything out, and then just, if there's a drop, you just spend all of your warp gates on that particular situation. And instead of like positioning all of your units perfectly, you have the warp gates to actually defend, you know, all of the particular different harassments that Terran can do.
Andre, speaking of making money, I want to remind everybody that every single game played in
The Gauntlet. Thank you.
there it is,
Boom.
is worth $75. So TT1 has already managed to secure that sum of money. A win here puts him at 150 on the evening. And, of course, qualifies him for the fan voting for our top 4, which will be the 4 most beloved players, most beloved winning players from the entire King of the Hill series. They'll play in a single elimination 4-man bracket for $1,000, and of course for the Gauntlet itself, which we can't show you right now because something is happening out on the map.
QXC is chasing the probe. That's why I can't show you the Gauntlet.
And that probe is now dead. It's a lot of Marines here, but at this point in the game, TT1 has more than stabilized. He's got a lot of buyout out. He's got plenty of force field. It's going to be very, very difficult for QXC to push into that.
Yeah, and don't forget, he has Blink upgraded as well. That Blink helps out so much with defending these drops. You can see how abusive TT1 has been. Just now finishing the robotics facility, what he's actually doing is making sure that he can defend against everything QXC can throw at him that isn't Cloaked Banshees. He's just assumed my opponent isn't going Cloaked Banshees because you've gotten a fast command center. Well, because of that, obviously QXC is really, really hurting because TT1 was able to be super efficient, and because of that, he's just getting the perfect upgrade to deal with the harassment.
You're so right, Andre. 60 probes to 49 SCVs, 130 army supply to just 110. TT1 is in a fantastic position. His double forge just finished, so he's going to start working on those upgrades. And there he does reveal the Blink, but I don't think that it matters at this point. QXC is going to stem and run down as if he wants to try and challenge this expansion. But let's be honest, there's no chance of that. Good force fields by TT1, and QXC's got no choice.
Man.
Oh, the Blink does not go off, but one medevac does get killed.
Had a lot of units in it as well, and he might actually give chase right here. TT1 has a huge amount of momentum. He's actually going to blink up and directly engage against a lot of these Marines and Marauders.
Those force fields were very mediocre.
But you know what he effectively did was kind of
ended the push.
Yeah, he stopped that from happening. And after everything's said and done, TT1 is the one with more economy, and now he can actually do whatever he wants. He has tempo control in this game.
Oh, look at this! He even has the probe in position. He'll drop that pylon. This pylon is going to get picked off very quickly, but it's still just one more little thing that TT1 is doing right. And that QXC is saying, damn it, TT1, would you just stop doing that?
It's really annoying, man.
Hey, can a building land on a force field?
No, it cannot.
So a force field blocks?
I actually have no clue now. I felt like it couldn't.
It cannot?
I don't think it can, though.
All right, guys, we need to know, can a building land on a force field? Send us the answer via Twitter, twitter.com/liquidret. Also, twitter.com/
NASL TV,
and
Greytorp,
and
Mr. Bitter TV.
And Mr. Bitter TV. Those are our Twitters. So please tweet at us. Do buildings break force fields? Surely not.
No, I don't think so.
Surely not.
Anyway, big push over here now. What I like about QXC, he has a lot of medevacs. That'll help out so much. The big problem is he doesn't have a lot of units. And I think actually Marines are the better units in this position. Normally, once you see it's just all gateway units, you just start massing up in Marines and expect some sort of Colossus or Templar switch. So you get Ghosts ready, get Vikings ready, knowing that Marines are really, really efficient and your medevacs will be able to keep everything safe.
This army of TT1 is just terrifying. QXC is trying to create chokes and favorable engagements. But look at all those Zealots, Andre. His charge is about to finish, and when it does, what can QXC do?
Not sure. I mean, he just needs so many more units, but you know, he's doing a good job of everything. Right now, Ghosts and Marines on the way out, but the big problem is, look at what's in queue. 2 Colossus at a time. He's doing double robo, and I really like where TT1 is. He's going to surprise his opponent with these 2 Colossus, and they're going to shred apart all the units because QXC is not getting any.
TT1 is showing us right now why he is a regular in the NASL playoffs. Every single season, he's been a part of that playoff hunt. And, man, his play is so excellent right now, and he's just looking to be one step ahead of QXC, who is sitting on 150 supply against a nearly maxed out TT1. There are more Zealots on the map than there are Marines. Holy cow.
Oh, look at that. TT1 trying to just sacrifice a couple of Zealots for that Ghost, but he wasn't able to get that. Now expanding. And you know what that does is it effectively trades supply, so he can actually have a little bit more room for his Colossus. He has 2 out on the field right now and 2 more in queue. This is just a terrifying position for the Terran opponent because you have no Vikings. Vikings against 4 Colossus? No bueno.
I love that TT1 is securing his 4th base in the midst of this. QXC is also starting a 4th command center, but I don't see any way that he's actually going to be able to obtain the map control necessary to get that base operational.
Yes. And for now, it's, I mean, there's nothing QXC can really do. He shouldn't be in the middle of the map. That's a really big problem. He should just collapse back to his natural 3rd location and just try to get as many Vikings as possible. I agree with getting 2 starports down. It's exactly what you have to do, knowing that you have the Ghost advantage right now. You have the ability to EMP and do massive damage all in one huge chunk. Just get the Vikings out as fast as possible and then go from there and try to actually salvage your position, at least to stay alive.
Here comes TT1 moving into the 3rd base of QXC. Picks off a supply depot there, but look at the Colossi. What is there to deal with these Colossi, even dodging EMPs?
And look at how fast everything goes down. A lot of Marines in front. That's not what he wants. QXC going to stim forward, but this is not going to go well. All the Colossus just tearing apart everything, and there's just not enough Vikings.
There's not enough Vikings. There's not enough anything, in fact, as QXC's entire force melts away. 3rd Command Center does not die, nor does that 4th Command Center, but a lot of army is traded there. And as it's all happening, TT1 has, well, dealt with a drop at his 4th base, but also more or less secured that 4th base. Cannons are going up there now. There's a single Marauder who is being, like, this is the Arnold Schwarzenegger Marauder. A single Zealot pops out. In this case, the Predator does win. But, man, QXC, he's trying so hard to hang in there, but TT1's just got so much momentum, Andre.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's anything he can do.
And from here, TT1 is getting additional Archons. What I think he should really focus on now is Storm, and then really punish your opponent for, you know, putting all of his gas. His six gas is all going towards Vikings just to hard counter these Colossus. And all of a sudden, you surprise your opponent because they have no Ghosts. They don't have the ability to make Ghosts because they've been defending so hard against these Colossus.
Destructible rocks go down, and will TT1 make that final push? It looks like he's posturing to do something just like that. A lot of Vikings, but the Stalkers blinking forward, picking off 2 immediately. More good play out of TT1, and here we go.
Yep, and the Blink Stalkers need to go ahead. There they go, blinking forward, killing all of the Vikings. And there it is, GG. TT1.
Quick and easy, lemon squeezy? That's not what we say.
Quick and easy, lemon cheesy.
Quick and easy, Adibeasy.
Well,
we have just passed, and the holder of is now Root TT1.
Congratulations to you. Hopefully we get a Zerg. And hopefully it's going to be Cloud Kingdom again.
Yeah, because I have a really funny story about Cloud Kingdom.
I can't wait to hear about your story.
But we're going to have to wait and see, guys. TT1 is currently standing above the rest. He is our king of the hill. Find out who he challenges next.
For control.
I know who it's going to be. And I'll let you guys know when we get back from this very, very short commercial break.